Just the feeling of an unseen entity is enough to send a human into panic. And today's story is exactly like that. It comes from a small village in England, a place called Forward Arney. The village is tiny, but stunningly beautiful. The buildings here are very old, some date back hundreds of years. And in this village, there's a particular building now converted into apartments. But once it was just an old farmhouse. This is the story of that farmhouse. 40 years ago, a couple named Bill and Edna Glass moved in. Bill was a retired engineer and Edna was a homemaker. They didn't have any children. After retiring, Bill wanted to live far away from city noise, a peaceful place, quiet and surrounded by nature. They visited Forward Arney and fell in love with the old farmhouse. It was over 300 years old but had been abandoned for 60 years. Soon after moving in, they realized something strange. They weren't the only ones in that house. The signs began in one specific room, upstairs on the first floor. It wasn't used by anyone. The door was always closed, but while sitting in the lounge, they'd hear footsteps from above, slow, dragging steps, as if someone was pacing the room. The house was mostly wood, so the sounds echoed clearly. At first, they thought maybe it was a cat, but the footsteps became more frequent and heavier. Even stranger, their dog and cat refused to go near that room. They would growl or run away whenever they approached it. This terrified the couple, so they called an old friend, a woman who claimed she could sense spirits. She stayed for a few hours and confirmed their worst fear. She told them she felt a strong presence, a strange energy in the house. According to her, there were two childlike spirits, but they weren't human children. She believed they were jinns. This made the couple even more frightened, and it didn't help that this house had seen multiple deaths. Back in 1984, a girl named Elizabeth had died there, falling from the stairs and breaking her neck. But her death was never linked to the spirits. The house had been abandoned for so long, many believed spirits had made it their home. Now, Bill and Edna started noticing things moving on their own. They'd leave something on the table, and seconds later, it would appear elsewhere. This didn't just happen at night, it happened even during the day. They were constantly on edge. Eventually, the entire village found out about the haunted farmhouse. People stopped walking near it at night, but somehow Bill and Edna learned to live with it. They claimed they could hear running and jumping noises from upstairs, but whenever they yelled loudly, "Stop it!" the noises would instantly stop. It was as if the spirits obeyed them. The couple said they were never harmed. Maybe that's why they stayed so long. Eventually, they left, peacefully, and after they moved out, the house remained empty